up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans. I get today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Odor of the Flame chapters 31 through 34. But before we get into this final live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation will, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there's a stacked winter anime season in full swing, in which today we're covering Hell's Paradise Jigakuraku. We are also covering Soso no Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Masahe no Slave, Oshinoko, Fire Force, Tune to the Midnight Heart, Vigilante Boku no Hero Academia Legals, Dead Account, Medalist, and Digimon, and there's even more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, well, because this is the final live reaction for Odor of the Flame, we're not going to do a recap. We're just going to dive straight into the chapters. And when we're done, we're going to give you our thoughts on these chapters, our thoughts on the ending, especially considering it is an axe series, and why this series got axed, and what this series could have probably done to avoid being axed. So let's get into chapter 31 first, see how the series is going to end. And this chapter is titled Chlorio. Let's fight and communicate. Its hilt is a branch from the world tree, and its blade is a crystallized sap. It serves as a medium for the spirit's power, and if a warrior who's transformed into a demigod brandishes it, both man and blade can unleash an attack as one. Damn! You got this, Saturn! Let's go! Ooh, hey, Thrall, we need your blood and nails. Come on. Oh! This is very, very much like Setsuna. Don't look away! What was that just now? You barked mold, the baby tooth of a fairy, a first child's, amnion. Another failure? I'll try again and increase the amount of kidney next time. Could this be, Chlorio's memories? Yeah, Setsuna in the Kengan series, yeah, he went through something similar. Not like his organs being used for like spells and shit and experiments like this, but like his organs were sold on the black market. It was fucked up. Every time we cross swords with him, his memories flow into us, just like that ritual. He was kept alive just so his body parts could be used as materials for magic. Oh, that sucks. How? I learned from watching you. Why were you researching this magic? Dude, that is awesome! I wanted to revive my daughter. No, what? Oh, well, whatever. Tell me your name before you die. Chlorio. Ooh, spare me. I have a family back home. Please just spare my child. I was only following orders. I couldn't say no. So you're the sorcerer I've heard so much about. What's your name? Chlorio. I stole his name. Nothing, so I had to steal to survive. Everyone had their reasons. I simply didn't see any of it as reasons not to kill them. Warrior Flame, I'm going to defeat you, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy. Woo! A Zurax Great Waterfall Axe! I don't need communication. That's how I fight. Well, you are kind of communicating right now. via fighting, but still. No matter what I say to him, it won't bring him any solace, nor will it grant any salvation to those he's murdered. All I can do is... Woo! Shining Blade Funeral Pyre! Woo! I'm glad I was able to fight you. Damn it. He won! Yeah! Owner, you defeated the Spirit Horn! Ooh. Well done, Glorio. Now our preparations are complete. I hereby pay my respects to you. Odor, puny warrior of flame. Ooh, that's the Ice King. Dude, let's be real. You should have shown the Ice King at the beginning of this manga, Kawaguchi. If this is the Ice King like I think this is. Chapter 32 is titled The Ice Kingdom, speaking of. I hereby pay you my respects or, wait. Oh my god. I hereby pay you my respects or my respects to you, Odor Warrior of Flame. The fuck? Whatever. Your frozen majesty. This power is the kingdom, the king of the Ice Kingdom, the Winter Spirit. Winter? Okay. Thank you for your hard work, Glorio. He cleaved only the spirit's power. To think the warrior of flame was this potent. You've truly worked hard. I'll put an end to this. Ooh. Odor's in his demigod form, but he's still got frozen. Holy shit! He's colder than any warrior so far. A cruel cold like death itself, and yet... this is the spirit's ice, allowed to serve as fuel for the water spirit's recovery. Wait, why? Your rabbit underling... Well, that was quick. Why? Why are you fighting? Seems like that shaved off a lot. Ruler of the Ice Kingdom, will you converse with me? Why are you trying to cover the world in winter? Why are you stealing the spirits? Tell us. I see, so that's how you operate. What do you think, Glorio? The way he thinks makes me want to vomit, but I'm interested in seeing what he does after he finds out. Well, let's see. Either way, once it's all over, the entire world will know. In the age of the 5 heroes, the world was covered in volcanoes and glaciers. Why wasn't this at the beginning of this manga? Why wasn't this at the beginning of this manga? Toward the oppressive rule of the evil Mage King, 5 warriors raised the flags of revolt. Together with the spirits, they pushed the evil king back to the farthest ends of the glaciers. The spirits warmed the warriors' freezing fingertips and granted them power. In defeating the evil king, the warriors became heroes, and having completed their duties, the spirits melted back into Mother Nature. The saga of the 5 heroes. The saga doesn't end... Oh, wait a minute! Maybe this wasn't the beginning. The saga doesn't end there. There remains one passage that was not. No, that you humans neglected to pass on. Hold on a second. Was this at the beginning of the series? Maybe it was there. Hold on. No, it wasn't! Like, why wasn't this at the very... Yeah, this wasn't at the beginning of the series. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, this should have been at the very beginning of this series. I'm talking at the very, very beginning in the first chapter, like the first goddamn page. Let's see. Let me read this again here. The world was covered in volcanoes and glaciers. Toward the oppressive rule of the evil Mage King, 5 warriors raised the flags of revolt. Together with the spirits, they pushed the evil king back to the farthest ends of the glaciers. The spirits warmed the warriors' freezing fingertips and granted them power. In defeating the evil king, the warriors became heroes, and having completed their duties, the spirits melted back into Mother Nature. I think part of this was in the beginning, but like, I'm talking about like the world being covered in volcanoes and shit, like that was not there. The saga of the 5 heroes, the saga doesn't end there. There remains one passage that was not, no, that you humans neglected to pass on. After returning to nature, the spirits created seasons in the world, mixing volcano with glacier, conjuring seas, inlets, and caves. Meanwhile, the evil king was sealed in an abandoned land that sat side by side with the few volcanoes and glaciers that remained. One of the 5 heroes, the warrior of ice, vowed to protect that land. It can't be. Time passed and the world became peaceful, but with the advent of peace, humans started fighting again. Every time a new war began, the people, criminals, and refugees alike who all lost their homes fled to that land. Ooh, the warrior of ice accepted all these lost souls and fed them. Their descendants continued this practice, and by the time the glacier swallowed up every last volcano, this land had become known as the Ice Kingdom. Interesting. The Ice Kingdom is a kingdom born in the land where the evil king was sealed, and over time that seal has weakened. The evil king is on the verge of resurrection. What? You may be able to deal with such an entity, but we will have no time to resist before our kingdom sinks to the bottom of the earth. I tried resealing him, but he stole a part of the Ice Spirit's power and combined it with his own in order to spread winter across the world. I can't stand up to him on my own. According to the Saga of the Five Heroes, we need the power of all five spirits. Why wasn't this in the beginning? Why wasn't this shit in the beginning? This shit should have been in the very beginning. But then you should have just asked for help instead of invading. You really think we didn't ask for help? Please support us. It's your fault for living in a place like that. What an asshole! We owe no debt to a kingdom where the descendants of insurgents dwell. I'm sorry, but even if you curse me and call me an evil man, I have a duty to protect my own kingdom as its ruler. Motherfucker, you are retarded! You are so retarded! Which left us with no choice but to steal. We used the wars you people love as well as your own logic in order to save our own kingdom and people. We became villains and started a great war. Freeze the fingers of all those who have oppressed us. Well, I conversed with you. Satisfied? Damn! Sheath your sword and hand over your power, Odor. Dude, I feel like part of this should have been in the very beginning. Yeah. Alright, let's get to chapter 33, which is title 5. Do you sheath your sword if your enemies make you feel sad? Sheath your sword and hand over your power, Odor. As stated in the Saga of the Five Heroes, we need all five spirits. Katunin, Odor, I feel an extraordinary presence. What's happening down below? Ice Spirit, are you fine with this? If you give that much spirit power to a human, you know what will happen, right? Even if a human can use heroic vigor, their vessel will definitely break. I am prepared to go to Valhalla as long as I don't die before defeating the evil king. I hastened our plan, but perhaps I was still too late. Oh shit. The evil king has resurrected. Why wasn't this in the fucking beginning? Your Majesty, we went ahead and evacuated everyone near the capital and into shelters, but there's no telling how long they'll hold. Odor, our conversation is over. If you refuse, then I'll have to use force. I won't sheath my blade, regardless of what situation may be. So be it. I've always been ready to fight. I won't sheath my blade. I can't forgive what you've done, but right now I have no intention of swinging the sword at you. I fought this far in order to help people survive and end this war. If we can defeat the evil king, the war will end. Let's discuss a ceasefire. You can't mean you actually intend to hand over the fire spirit to him, right? No! Giving him all the 5 spirits will kill him, and I don't want anyone else to die, so how about we split them up like 3-2 or something? Oh my fucking god. What? We'll keep fire, wind, and tree, and you'll keep water and ice. Well, yeah, that actually makes sense, because they would be compatible. Well, tree might not be as compatible. Well, actually, tree would kind of work, because it would make the fire blaze bigger. We'll accept the risks, and if you need help, then we'll help you out. No, I'm pretty sure it was around here. There it is. The sword was forged with Viking metal by the power of the Iron Spirit. It's strong versus changes in temperature, and spirit power can be channeled through it. I'd like to give it to you. I won't let you die. There's a lot I need to talk to you about once the fighting is over. Of course, I'll have to ask everyone, including the spirits themselves, how they feel first. But we need to hurry. This war's about to end, and I don't want anyone else to die. It's simple, but worth a try rather than doing nothing at all, I suppose. King of Ice, I've heard about what brought you here. Once this is all over, let us speak about the responsibilities regarding this war. I agree too, of course. Me too. I agree with the boy. Fine. Ice King, what about you? Fimble. Call me Fimble, the king of starry frost. Wars between kingdoms and our fated struggle with the evil king. If we face each other, could we really? You probably have a lot you want to say. Well, so do I, but I know, for now I'm going to finish my work. Chlorio. Aw, I'm sorry for the trouble I caused you. Will you lend me your help one last time? I'll make sure it's not the last. Aw. Oder, Valja, you understand what you're doing, right? According to the saga of the 5 heroes, when spirits fulfill their duty... Yep, here we go. The spirits warmed the frozen fingers of the warriors and granted them power. Dude, these designs are sickening. These designs are fucking sickening. Alright, let's get to this final chapter. Dude, I love these frames. Scotty, thanks. Our time together was short, so I really wish I could have paid you back more for everything. The wind will always be by your side. Erder, you don't need my power anymore. May the clan's roots support the king, and may the clan's leaves allow the spirits to rest. Thank you all so much for lending me your strength. And this chapter's titled Odor of the Flame. That's the evil king. His body is already rotted, and his soul is clinging to this world all on its own. As of now, he's just a clump of magic, practically the same as the spirits. I'll stop him from moving. Fell him with that technique you used to defeat Chlorio. The warriors enveloped the evil king's soul with swirling water, then crushed it with an icy blast. After that, they pierced it with a blade of ice. The warriors used a sword crafted from the spirit tree that burned with blinding fire. The wind breathed power into the fire, turning it into a flame that illuminated the world. This art looks really nice. Ooh. Fleisha, your body! Uh-oh. I'm not dying, I'm only returning to nature. I'll come back again when you need me. But what if you lose your memories again? If that happens... Whoa! Just tell me about our saga. Tell me about our battles, the days we spent together, inconsequential things, and all the shenanigans we got up to. I'm sure that'll jog my memory. Aww. See you later, partner. This is beautiful. How many years has it been since I've seen the stars? God, I wish that's where this chapter ended. I really wish the series ended there. I would have been happy with that. I would have been so happy with that. Because, like, I really wanted more with the Evil King. I really wanted to see more of Fleisha and the Evil King, and like all the spirits confronting the Evil King specifically. That would have been really nice to have. 3 years later, kill him, hang him. The decision is unjust. Tens of thousands of lives were lost in that war. But we also bear responsibility for the war since it began due to us being unable to help you. Good work out there. Yay! Yo, Kuden. Acting Minister of the Najodar Merchant Fleet, just call me by my name. You need to be formal in the castle. And there's also, like, you know, there's others that should have been at this fight, too. This is a place for official business. Well, excuse me, Queen. Yay! Yo, Sana. Alajoki Sindra, is Oder here? Alajoki Sindra, is Oder here? He's in the kitchen. Here are the Viking metal knives you asked for. You did an amazing job. Would you like to have dinner before you leave? That'd be great. I'm famished. I'll help you out too. Well, I'll help out too. It'll be easier to eat if you cut it here. Let's take out the sinew. Oh. And you prayed to the flame. And that's how this ended. And I'm not happy with it. Again, I understand it's axed and this is how it's ending, but man. Here's the thing. Kawaguchi, you have suffered the same problem with Red Hood. The training arc fucking killed this manga. Two things killed this manga. Not having the shit with the Ice Kingdom set up properly, and the training arc killed this manga. It was just like Red Hood. Red Hood had so much, like, people, like, praised the fuck out of Red Hood, but Red Hood, or really mad that Red Hood got axed, but Red Hood had pacing problems. Like, I understand why Red Hood was why it got axed, because it had, the pacing was just fucking awful. I will say this, though. The setup for Red Hood, compared to this, was way better. I know why the reason why people are so mad that Oder, like series like Oder and Red Hood got axed is because they love their muscle mommies. That's why. That's why. And notice they did cut out the muscle mommies from here too. Did Oder have potential? I said it. You know what? I said it at the start. The problem with Oder the Flame, and I said at the start, there was, I will say it applies to Red Hood as well. Kawaguchi has a huge editor problem. I think a good editor would have saved this. An editor would have fucking saved this manga. A really good editor would have saved this. Hands down. I think if you would have had an editor come in and say, like, yeah, this is good, but you kind of need to fix the structure here, or hell, this looks great, but this training arc is just, this training arc's gonna kill this. You might want to cut back on the training arc. Because that's what killed Red Hood. Like, that's what Kawaguchi needs. Kawaguchi needs a really good editor. Shueisha is setting up, like, people are just like, Shueisha, I think Shueisha has really fucked over Kawaguchi by setting him up with a really shitty editor. They set him up to fail with a shitty editor. They need to give him a way better editor. I know some people are like, the art's great and he should pair up with a really good writer. Yeah, I agree. I think that would be good too, but even the best writers get fucked over by good editors. Or not good editors, by bad editors. Don't believe me? Go read Hitman. If you go read Hitman by Seo Koji, you will see how significant an editor is. Editors really play a huge role. Another example of an editor fucking a series over is Samurai 8. That series really needed an editor bad. Because Kishimoto didn't have any editor involvement. No editor interfering with him. And it really fucked him over. But the thing that really sucks about Oder in particular is, according to the author comments, Kawaguchi submitted the final chapter for Oder back in December. That really fucking sucks. That sucks. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that an editor, a really good editor, would have saved this? And that the problem with this manga, and I know some of you guys said it in my comments too, the problem with this manga is that it just needed an editor. It really needed a better editor to, like, sit Kawaguchi down and say, you need to fix this structure. And also, like, some of the story, like, the saga shit, like, the shit with the Winter Kingdom really needed to be at the beginning. I hope Kawaguchi does come back. I do. I know there's tourists that are, like, that, only know about this manga because of the muscle mommies, and that's why they're mad. It's the same thing with Red Hood. The people that are mainly mad about Red Hood only know about Red Hood based on like the muscle mommy picture or panels. And that really frustrates the shit out of me. Or the Shota. It's like, dude, you didn't even read the goddamn manga and understood why it got axed. It fucking drives me nuts. It's the same thing with Phantom Seer. Phantom Seer got axed because it was just a clusterfuck of an identity crisis. Nothing could save that manga. Harukaze Mound, which is probably getting axed next week, the reason why that one's getting axed is because it's dealing with a shit ton of baseball mangas right now that are just a million times better. You got Oblivion Battery. You got Bungo that is just came back. You got Days of Diamonds. Well, Diamond Oasis, the anime is coming. You're getting the anime for Diamond Oasis. I gotta read Strikeout Pitch, but still, like, Harukaze Mound had no fucking chance. It had no chance. I know what Shueisha's trying to do. They're trying to find their own Weekly Shonen Jump's own baseball series. And Harukaze Mound was not it. It's not it. The good baseball series right now are in Young Jump and Jump Plus right now. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys thought of Odor of the Flame. Remember what I said? I said it back in chapter 1. I said that if this manga doesn't survive, it's probably going to be because of an editor change. This isn't one of those series that like this manga would have done better on Jump Plus or Young Jump. No, if the writing was better, I'd be like, fuck yeah, it would have done better on Young Jump and Jump Plus. Nah, this is definitely an editor problem. Oh, for sure. This wouldn't have survived on any of the other publications. And people are like, Kawaguchi would do better on Kodansha. Kawaguchi would not do better on Kodansha unless he has a good editor. There's no fucking way he's gonna do better on any other platform unless he has a good editor. I'm just saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more manga content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord. Friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.